What's going on YouTube? Modeling that back at you with another quick kit review before I start this as my next build, video build series. This is the Hasegawa F-14B Tomcat VF-103 Jolly Rogers Christmas Special. Kit number on this is 00938. And as you can see here on the end of the box, has the skull and crossbones replaced with skull and candy cane. Santa skull, as I nicknamed it. So flipping this open, I'll go ahead and set the decals and glass out to the side. And we'll set the kit parts over here. And just do a quick flip through the instructions. So as you can see, the instructions are for the A+ Tomcat. This kit is basically a repop of the A with just a few callouts that are different for the B, along with a different set of decal instructions that we'll get for the Christmas special. So flipping through, I did start marking this up on some things that I was wanting to do, doing the color callouts, that way I didn't have to keep flipping back and forth and things like that. So you'll see some of my scribbles on here for what I was going to build it as. Again, doing the B, make sure that when there's two options, that you look to see which version you're going with and what you're doing. So flipping through the instructions, start with the cockpit, getting the seats and the PE items all painted up. The photo etch that comes with this is non-painted, so you have to do that. Again, going through, painting the inside edge of everything here. And then starting up here, we got the nose cone going on. Once you get the two halves together, 5 grams again, if at all possible. Always want to try to double that, just to make sure that you don't have any issues. Getting the lower part added in here for the front end. And we get into mounting up the top to bottom, which is pretty quick with the Tomcat. Again, getting the striping in place here for the landing gear, notating again which version you're doing, 1 or 2, so make sure to not mix those up. Again, call outs if you're going to be having it with the drop tank or with the extra fuel tanks or without. Since this one has some special markings for those, I'm definitely going to be running it with the not the drop tanks but the extra fuel tanks. The exhaust, what's cool about this one is you can either do the really closed exhaust here as a single piece, or you can actually build up the full, more open exhaust. I need to double check when the Tomcat was powered down if it was open or closed before I start mine. And then going down through here, again, when you're building up the Tomcat, you have a couple of different bladders that will come in here to the leading edge. Again, first off, note which one is that you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to do it kind of more of the supersonic in-flight or on-deck storage version, or with it wide open, ready for cat launch kind of a thing. Have our speed brakes back here. Going on to the wings with the slats and flaps. Again, notate, if you're doing it this version, then you need to cut this off. If you're doing it this version, then these two items need to clip in. Again, leading slats, flaps. If you're going on deck version, which is what I am, I need to make sure that these are all nice and in line. Compared to dropped, got our gear, main gear, nose gear, gear doors. Then we got all of the lumps and bumps, pitot tubes. We're gonna go canopy up, canopy down. As you can see, got some nice photo etch going in on all of that. Then we have our weapons loadout, Sparrows, Phoenix, AIM-9s, and then our drop tanks as well. So, and also to note, again, when you're looking at it, there is a orientation of angles, so make sure you get the right one on the right side. And then the 2 kit decals that would have came with the original A+ kit. So the Pukin Dogs and the Bedevilers, and then your final item, which is your trees. Moving on to the canopy. As usual with this era, you have a nice seam that runs and a heavy seam that runs right down the middle of the canopy. So I'll be buffing that one out. We do have then our markings and decals for this variant. Put that out of the way. So again, lining it up, different colors. Fuel tanks have season greetings on it, which I thought was kind of cool to have. Plus, again, having the Santa skull and crossbones. Or if you didn't want to do it in that scheme, you can do it as a standard VF-103 in the normal Jolly Roger scheme. So again, nice that you get both options. A little bit of additional information, color callouts for that specific variant. And then your decals. Again, this has been kicking around for a while, so a little crinkled, but not too bad. Then we have our skull and candy canes. So again, the options when it comes to the photo etch is you can either apply this straight down onto the plastic, or what I'm actually probably going to do is look to apply these onto the photo etch itself. That way it gives it that 3D effect. Really bed those in. Moving on to the kit parts, we have the upper wings here with the lead-in slats and flaps here on the back. So again, it's kind of nice that they do have that as an option. Again, the hook here, which actually is has vertical lines running around it to make masking a lot easier for the candy striping that would be on it. We have our lower wing section here, and our horizontal, I believe horizontal stabilizers there. Cockpit, as you can see, 100% just barren of all detail. We have our nose gear bays here, boarding ladder, some interior bays for those, and then the lead-ins here for the lead-in for the intakes. So again, make sure what version or what the kit's calling for. And we have the front fuselage, pretty much 100% barren within it. Have a couple of sets of the bladders here, I believe. Those are. And we have a match pair of the exhausts here. So we have first stage compressor blades for the front. We have the afterburner rings. Again, this is the closed nozzle exhaust, and then the 6 individual blades that will make up the exhaust, which is really cool that you can build up both. Then you have the top part of the fuselage here, the intakes, the other set of bladders here, little bit of detail inside. If I didn't mention it, this kit is the 1/72nd version. I do have the other nose cone, it came off, so not much to write home about, just a standard nose cone. This one does have little dot, so again, when it comes to the noses, make sure you're getting the right one for your variant. The cockpit detail on the instrument panels do look pretty good there. But still will be going with the PE versions. And we have another matched pair here for the wheels, so I'll set those off to the side. 2 different types of center hubs for the main gear here, and then you have 1 nose wheel per side. We also have the 2 ejection seats, again, 1 on the sprue, 1 on the mirror for the pilot and Rio. And then the last kit part, minus the PE, is this here, which again has your speed brakes and other items like that. So overall, really good looking F-14. Again, it's not the newest one. Last piece here is the photo etch. Again, you have a little bit of raised detail on the instrument panels here and the switch panels, things like that. So overall, pretty nice kit, especially seeing the fact that it comes with the afterburner rings. So watch the kit instructions to make sure that you do it correctly. But overall, it looks to be a really nice kit, and I'm looking forward to this build. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to it as well. I will catch you in the next one.